Dear friends, I am back with part 3 of 8 essentials for a professional. So today we will be discussing the E and F of our ABCD series. You will recall that we have discussed in part 1 and part 2 the ABCD, and the earlier one is talking about communication and decision making. The E reflects the two important, one ethics and others is empathy. Ethics, you all know. Ethics is a branch of philosophy which studies the moral, good or bad, right or wrong. And this question of ethics and morality comes with so many questions. And probably what human beings want to live in the best is the origin of ethics and morality. How to live best, the best way to live, and probably in that response, the ethics, ethical codes, ethical principles evolved. For a profession like social work, which has a core on the human relationship, deals with the human being, focuses on their problem and issues and challenges, on tries to address the issues of justice, rights. It is important that professionals follow the ethical standards and ethical principles. Many professions, almost all professions, they have one essential: to develop the code of ethics. And these codes are developed based on their experiences, local culture, geographical limits, and requirement of the society. But definitely they have some guiding principles. And most of the codes of ethics are being developed based on the 12 principles: honesty, loyalty, trustworthiness, integrity. So, if we keeps on repeating that these principles, fairness, justice, respect, and above all compliance of the rules and regulations. The very important principle is pursuits of excellence, leadership, reputation, responsibility. So based on these, that what a professional owns a responsibility, what is its integrity, how loyal or honest to the organization, towards the client, they defines the code of ethics. And one should remain ethical. To be a good professional, when you talk of the integrity, when you talk of the pursuits of excellence, when you talk of the trustworthiness, it is essential that a professional should be following these principles. Friends, little away from ethics, the another E which is very important is the empathy. You must have heard this word many times. Similar words are sympathy, apathy, antipathy, but not telepathy. Empathy is an ability to understand and share the feeling of another person to whom you are working. So feeling of others is empathy. How others is feeling, you realize that. That is empathy. may be very spontaneous for certain people. And there are many types of empathy: cognitive empathy, somatic empathy, even sometimes spiritual empathy. So somatic empathy, if you talk, sometimes person start feeling physically. Somebody is in a pain and you have a goosebumps, stomach upset. Basically, empathy is in a Greek word, a newer word, coined not more than 100 years ago. Its earlier word was the compassion, more nearer to it. So this is the new word which comes in our dictionary, and compassion and empathy both refers to the caring response. How do you care to others? And sympathy is little different. Sympathy is towards the unity, feeling of loyalty, feeling of unitedness. I'm not saying sympathy is not important or compassion is not important. All is important. But what I'm saying, that without getting, affected emotionally, which is a little difficult word, empathy is one essential which professionals should develop if they really want to help others. Not to flow with them, stand, understand, and then act in order to help the person or to provide support to the person. So empathy is very important aspect of any professional's life, and one should be, mirroring the others' problems, others' feeling, others' thought in his way, and understanding and reacting. So empathy is most important aspect while working with people or helping the people, those who are your client. That is what very essential. I don't have much time to explain this with lot of examples because of the time restrictions of my director and video editor. I will quickly move to the next part. F. Faith. Faith of all kind. Faith in profession, faith in professional values, faith in services. The faith in itself is an important quality for a professional. Faith is a part of being positive, looking with lot hopeful results. Faith is providing you the support to your convictions. So, faith as a word, as a virtue, as a value in your personality, believing on the client. I'm not saying that if client is telling lies, you believe on that, but you have to listen it, and you have to understand it, and you have to have faith with your client, faith with your profession, faith with your services, faith with your competence. So faith is equally important. But faith in the values of the profession is one most important, especially in a profession like social work, which deals with the human relationship, and its one value is importance of human relationship. Not many people understand and interpret it in the similar way. The other value, dignity and worth of individual, in itself is such a big value that you start operationalizing it, even your personality will change. So a professional having faith in the dignity and birth of his client, of his group, of his communities, in itself changing you. So believing in a value changing your personality, and then going in the right way, in right approach. This is an experience and learning. When you believe that every individual, every client has to be treated with a dignity, your entire approach changes. When you believe that your every client has a birth, meaning, then your entire approach changes. Even it takes away arrogance from your personality when you believe in your client. So this F is equally important, faith and faith in values of social work. Service, another value. Social justice, another value. Integrity. Now, as you go deeper and as you have faith in these values, the operationalization of your professional services will be different. It will reflect your professionalism. And it will give you chance to work with people and to grow in itself. That is the power of faith. Friends, in next part, last concluding part of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H will come with G and H. Little bit generic and also specific to social work. Thanks for listening this video. Hope some practical tips may help you, and do write your experiences, send your comment, send your suggestion. We will eagerly waiting for your participation in form of your feedback. Thank you. Namaskar.